We live in a universe where there is a scale. There are two sides to a coin. Are you afraid of the dark? There is a conversation that people are having all of the time. There's this discussion and this idea that light is stronger than the darkness, that the light will blind out the darkness. You can't know how powerful light is because light is connected to everything and darkness is separate. But here's the thing, is darkness really separate? If you have a cave and it is complete pitch blackness and light walks into that cave and illuminates itself and fills up the entire space, then you might look at that and say, well, look, light must be more powerful than darkness, because when light is introduced to darkness, everything becomes the light. So now this cave is illuminated and it is full of light, and all you see is that yellow whiteness. What then happens if a shadow walks in to the room that has been filled with light? All you will then see is the shadow. True love, brothers and sisters, sisters and brothers, fellow earthlings. We live in a universe where there is a scale. There are two sides to a coin. And on this scale, let's call it the frequency scale, right? Different frequencies that things are vibrating at. You have a high frequency and you have a low frequency. Down here things are slow, up there things are fast, and they're all connected, right? If you imagine it as different lines, different frequency lines, each one, to get from one to the next, there's a connection. And you get connected and connected and connected. The whole thing creates the totality, the absolution of everything. But oftentimes people have this idea that higher is better than low, fast is better than slow. But really the truth is that there is no such thing as better or worse or right or wrong. Positive isn't better than negative. They're just opposite ends of the spectrum, of the frequency. So this idea that light is more powerful than darkness is not true. The truth is that they are equals. And we live in a world right now where people talk so much about being a light warrior. And that's beautiful. It's beautiful to see yourself as somebody that embodies light and love and joy and happiness and bliss and all those positive outputs. But at the same time, where do you draw the line between what constitutes as negative and that being a bad thing? Is it negative that a fox climbs up a tree and eats the baby eggs, the eggs of a bird, its children, because the fox needs the energy to feed its children? Well, on one side of the coin, that is negative for the bird because the bird lost its children. It's negative for the little chicks. On the other side of the coin, it's positive for the fox, and the fox gets to feed its children by having the energy to go out and hunt for them. So everything is perspective. There's no right or wrong. You are everything and nothing at all. You are the good and the bad. And there's no judgments to be made here. So when people say that the light is more powerful than the darkness, it is not more powerful, it is equal. It is the other side of the atom, of the spectrum. The negative charge, the positive charge. So-called God, so-called the devil. One and the same. But here's the thing. Even though we have a totality, an absolution, every single thing is connected, right? Remember that frequency scale. This frequency connects to that frequency, to this one, so on and so forth. So everything is one, ultimately. Everything comes back to one. But here you are as this unique expression of life itself, living in this supersonic spaceship, this human body, this instrument that is so beautiful, so powerful. Not better than that, not worse than anything else, but powerful. And just because something is more powerful than something else doesn't mean that it's more than that something else. It just means that it's what it is. It's more powerful, that's less powerful, so what? Right? The trick is to be more adaptable like water, as Bruce Lee would put it, right? Because water can crash and it can flow. It can be the most gentle thing, insubstantial, and then it can destroy, right? A tsunami can wipe things out. So water is this thing that is indifferent, it's in between, it can be both, and that's the idea. Flow, learn to be both. Instead of running away from that which you see as negative, face it, look at it. Especially that is inside of you, and that is your shadow side, which isn't any worse than or any better than your light side. So we have two sides. But, like I said, in this incarnation, because you and I are spiritual beings of that which made it all, of the prime creator, whatever that is, and that prime creator or creation is indifferent. It has a contrast. Some people say love is all there is, ever will be, and ever could be. Well, if love means to accept, then yes, that's true. But if love means that to not have any form of negative charge in it, that is not true. So what really matters is what you decide whilst you're here having this unique expression on earth. Make a decision. Choose which one of the sides you want to be on in any given moment. If you feel good by feeling good, by taking care of yourself, looking after yourself, by standing for happiness, joy, elation, laughter, playfulness, freedom, and you say that that represents the light side of things, then choose that. Stand for that passionately, fiercely, with all of your heart. If you choose to be, as some do, there are entities on this planet that feed on fear and entities that feed on love. And those entities that feed on fear, inorganic, archonic beings, they know nothing else. That is their food. They are expressing what they are fully. It's not personal, but it seems like it is, but it's not. And so there are beings right now who choose to express themselves as the darkness, and there are beings that choose to express themselves as the light. So I'm saying to you, make a decision, because if you don't make a decision is made for you. You end up getting sucked into a experience and reality that is one not of your choosing, and usually it is one that is fear-based. Now, I'm not saying to anybody, go out and consciously choose to live fearfully, choose to be a proponent of negativity or darkness. I'm saying choose the light. I'm saying choose love, baby. because that's what I choose, that's my perspective, and I'm making this choice, but I acknowledge the darkness. And I don't look down upon the darkness and say, the light is always stronger than you. No, they are equal. And maybe, just maybe, on a deeper level, humanity's resistance to acknowledging the darkness, to seeing the night as negative, to burning countless women, calling them witches because they come out at night and work with the moons, to look at those things that creep and crawl in the night like bats as evil, vampires, ooh, to be afraid of, to be continuously saying that it should always be for the good and the good will always prevail and God is good and nothing else, is to reject the other side of the coin, to reject another perspective, another unique expression, one half of the totality. And maybe, just maybe, that side that we call evil, terror, fear, is screaming right now at its fullest. Rah! You will see me. You will know that I am powerful, that I am strong. Maybe we just need to wake up Neo and see it for what it is, acknowledge it and say, okay, you're there. I had a friend and they told me that they kept having a recurring dream, a lucid dream where there was a demon in it. And this one time, the demon appeared, frightful, scary thing. And he hugged the demon and said, I love you. And he told me that the demon said, at last, you've got it, you understand. And he stopped having the dream. So, remember that you are everything. You are life itself. You are eternal, immortal, and infinite. You are the good and the bad, the right and the wrong, the dark and the light, the up and the down, the in and the out, everything and nothing. Heaven and hell, God and Satan. You are it all. You are life itself. You are life and death. You are existence and non-existence. You are me and I am you. And we are all in this together.